Good morning, Jay Constantino here at Taylor's Automax in Great Falls, Montana. We are absolutely excited beyond belief. We finally got our brand new 2021 Nissan Rogues, and we have a boatload coming in. But let me give you an overview tour of this guy from the outside to the inside. Tell you what, it's gonna knock your socks off. These are simply fantastic. Let's first cover some of the safety features in the new engine and the new transmission as far as how they're all compatible to each other and how they're going to take you down the road and absolutely go up and down mountains like you've never seen. First and foremost, we have a brand new engine. This guy is just slick, and let's cover just maybe some of the safety features as well. A lot of similarities from the 2020s, but you do have more. You have adjustable breakaway on either side here, so if you should ever get into a collision, the engine is designed to brake and go underneath you, so it's not going into you. So literally it's going to all go down underneath the engine. Some of the neat features that Nissan is still doing as far as maintenance on the vehicle, easy upkeep on the vehicle. You can access all the fluids that you need to add to, easy access for antifreeze, adding your overflow for your windshield washer. If you ever have a dead battery, easy to jump here. You're not buried underneath some crossbars, so easy to get to. Easy access for your air filter as well too. Should you ever need to change any fuses, they're easily accessible. And basically, you don't have to take off a major compartment to get to all this stuff. So these guys are still very, very user-friendly. They're very safety conscious, very quiet going down the road. You'll see all these different sound-absorbing dampers that come in from the factory, and they're designed to stay on here. You don't have any wind noise. They are simply floating down the highway, and you will be gassed out when you see the acceleration. Let's take a look at some of the new looks for 2021, because these guys, they were great in previous years, but I'm telling you what, they absolutely knocked it out of the park. A little bit more aggressive grille on this, a little bit bigger grille, little additional chrome, spottier looks on that. You also have your fog lights are up a little bit higher, your headlights are brighter. You also have LED lights that go around here and highlight everything. Bigger ground clearance. They bottom liner, just go ahead and take a look at the entire rig here. They're just a brand new rig from the ground up. Better and bigger ground clearance. Another feature that's really slick for folks, bigger doors. So when you're getting in and you're loading the family in, you got all kinds of room. Better ground clearance. Again, fancier wheels and tires on these guys. They're still 18-inch tires, so they're not the massive oversized tires that cost a fortune to replace. And again, when you're loading little people inside the rig, this is a real slick feature because you do have bigger doors and they get out of the way. Look at that. So if you're putting car seats in, you're putting luggage in, you can throw them all right inside. The other neat feature on the inside, and we'll cover that a little bit more later, is the seats actually fold completely flat, so none of your gear that you're putting in the rig is going to go down and roll back towards you. So again, a new look from the inside to the outside. Spectacular rigs. This is the SV trim, and they come with all kinds of features in the SV trim, a couple different levels in the SV now. They also have a leatherette in it. This particular does have that one. Have leather or leatherette or cloth in these guys, so more options. A little bit bigger cargo bay as well on the inside. Storage underneath side here. Full-size spare tire. Easy access to get it out should you ever have a flat tire. And again, kind of on the auto lift, it's a neat feature because it's going to go up and down by the press of a button or with your key fob, and some of them will have a foot where you simply press it in and out, and the thing will go up all by itself. So there's several different ways you can open a trunk. You can lock it from back here as well too. So Nissan was really thinking on these guys. They put together a fantastic rig with all kinds of great options that are new this year. A little more aggressive styling on the backside as well too. Bigger Rogue, bigger trim here. You'll also notice that we have a protection here for suitcases, so when you're loading stuff in and out, you're not going to scratch the plastic paint, or rather the paint on the car, which is a plastic bumper. You've got kind of a chrome piece here, just again saving wear and tear on the vehicle down the road. So again, take a look at the full size here. Another neat feature, you have the press door that opens now. Now you don't have a fuel cap that you're going to take off and put back on. Easy access. You don't have to worry about releasing the latch before you get out to do it. And again, feature-wise, these guys are dressed up very nice, and this isn't even the top of the line. This is just a well-dressed SV trim. We'll go on the inside here in just a minute. We'll kind of take a look because it is brand new inside, from a bigger screen, from more efficient graphics, to new surround as far as looking in your rear view cameras. These are very, very impressive. We'll take a look in just a sec. First and foremost, let's talk about the roominess of this rig, because some of the smaller SUVs, you kind of feel like you're putting them on. This is not one of those. Look at the headroom I have and look at the legroom I have. And this is where I would be driving. I'm 6'2", there's all kinds of room. I don't feel like whoever's sitting next to me is going to be on top of me. So very, very roomy, comfort seats. Zero gravity seat designed for extreme driving comfort and long trips. Touching a little bit on some of the newer controls on here, obviously we have the lock and unlock power doors. What's neat this year, you have lit mirrors which you're adjusting, so whichever one is lit, then you can kind of adjust it accordingly. Obviously power windows, and if you have little people in back playing with the windows, you can shut everything off so they're not playing with the windows. Kind of a cool parent feature there. So new controls on the outside. Moving a little bit to the inside, you've got some neat new features on this. This particular rig here has a Pro Pilot, which basically allows you to let it drive itself. If you're in traffic, it's designed basically to read on the lines on either side going down the highway, so you just kind of hold your hands on here and just monitor it just a touch, but it's driving itself, literally. And I've done this. It's an awesome, awesome feeling going down the highway at 70 miles an hour, and you're just kind of messing with it here just to make sure you don't go asleep, sensing-wise for the vehicle, and it drives itself down the highway. You also have new features with the autopilot where basically you can set 3 different distances on how far away from the vehicle you want to be at. Kind of cool if you don't want to be too close or if you want to be a little closer. Obviously you have trip odometer, you've got your power radio controls here, you have all kinds of graphics in the center here, and we'll turn to a little bit of some of the newer controls on our new flat screen here, and we'll take a look in just a sec. Let's start a little bit on the dash and some of our features that we have that are some new and some that are brought back from 2020 that were a huge hit. The first being brought back, actually it's modified because you have more room on it now, but your telescoping wheel and your wheel that will go up and down is spectacular. What's slick about this, doesn't matter what size you are, the wheel will always get into a comfortable position, then simply lock it in place. Nice size graphics, great lights to be able to see everything as far as any trouble lights or any whatever gear you're in. And speaking of gears, let's kind of move to the center console here, because this is brand new right here. This guy right here, to put it in gear, you simply put it down. To put it in park, you push the P button. In reverse, you simply push it up. So it's a new console here entirely. Also have your power brake right here, easy access. And you also have your auto hold switch if you're kind of on a hill. Another new feature for the Rogue for 2021 is this traction setting. You can set whether you are in snow, desert driving, highway. So you have 4 different, or you have a sport or economy mode as well too. So kind of cool. Tailors the engine and the transmission either a little less pickup or a little more pickup depending on the driving condition. Moving to your dash here, this I think is, they had a home run here. Being in Montana, you always have gloves on in the winter. The controls are plenty big for you to touch and move and adjust, whether you have gloves on or whether you just have your fingers pressing these guys here. You also have power seats and also have your power steering. And the neatest thing about all this stuff, you can be going down the road literally and you don't have to take your hands off it because you can see what you're doing here. So there's no distraction of turning stuff on. On some of the rigs are over here, kind of buried here. This guy's all directly in front of you. I guess for my 2 cents, the final home run on this, as far as the new flat screen that we have right here, give you all your options and all your stuff to play with, from radio to technical goodies, but you have a backup camera that you can see what's going on. And when you put it in reverse, this automatically comes on, or you can manually come on and press it yourself. Again, you've got a couple different views here, and look at the graphics and look at the color. The first generation screens that came out were just not anywhere near this. This now looks like you're looking out a window. So fantastic ideas, and it goes back to the master switch here. These are some of the newer features. They still have the zero gravity seats, which I think are fantastic. I've driven from here in Seattle in these guys, and I can walk when I get there. If you have lower back issues, you won't have them when you get there. They're very, very comfortable. In a sec here, we'll take a look at the back seat and show you all the room in that as well too. This is a bad to the bone rig. A new idea that Nissan has come up with that other folks have been doing for a short time, but these guys I think have improved it because it's a better sun shield on this. If you have kids, if you have babies that are in car seats, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, going down the road when you're giving them a suntan through the window. They don't like that, they're not going to dig it, and they're going to be fussing. Well, Nissan has an answer to this. Take a look at this sun shield right here, because this basically is protecting anything sun-wise coming in, and the ease of this is whether you're in the front seat or the back seat, you simply undo it and down it comes, and it goes inside the door. So the ease of that is awesome if you have little people in car seats. A new feature for Nissan this year, an absolute home run. It will run smoother than anybody else's that has been out there in the past. So take a look at that guy when you come in and take a look. The other thing I'll cover here on this side here is our seats that go down. This is also a 60-40 split seat. The neat feature about this guy, as I mentioned earlier, the seats go completely flat. And not only do they go completely flat so your stuff doesn't run back to you, but these seats are right here are adjustable. So you can put them in different settings depending on where it's comfortable for you. And again, if you do want it all completely down, you can store stuff in here and it's not going to run back at you. So Nissan, I think, has hit a home run on that. And let me get in on the other side to show you the amount of room. Again, being 6'2", I'm always looking for leg room, and these guys are very, very comfortable. We'll take a look at that in just a sec. One of the real slick features that I enjoy is not having to grunt and groan when I get into a rig. And let me show you how easy this is. Again, bigger doors, bigger area to get into, but the ease of getting in and out here is spectacular. Again, I'm 6'2". Here's where we are at. I got about this much room between here and the back of my seat, so there's all kinds of room. Again, you have a sunshade on this side. You've got your charging ports down here for toys. You also have your air vents down here. And what's neat again about the panoramic sunroof, you're not sitting in a cave. You have all kinds of room inside here where you have daylight coming through. And if you're in the back seat, you can get a little fresh air coming in as well too. The 2021 Nissan Rogue is an absolute home run. I'm not sure what different they could do to make it any better. I'm certain they'll come up with it in a few years, but this is here to stay for a while, and it's going to get everybody a run for the money. If you do have questions, give me a shout. Any of us here can answer these questions. Our phone number here is 727-0340. Again, my name is Constantino. Been here 6 years now. Sure heck enjoy what I'm doing. I'm a car junkie. This is a lot of fun. If you have questions, don't hesitate to give me a shout. Thanks again for your time. Have a great week.